Crime 5.
And this is the master bedroom. Well, darling, how'd you like it?
Oh, Mark, it's delightful. You never told me your lodge was like this.
Our lodge, Dorothy.
Funny, isn't it? Only last year I might have been a servant here.
Oh, forget that, honey. Anyway, we don't have servants, just a handyman.
Mr. Harper, I brought up your 2 overnight cases.
Oh, yes, you can put them over there. You're the new caretaker, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Dawson's my name.
Well, this is Mrs. Harper Dawson.
Yes, I know.
You know.
I saw a picture in the papers last month, sir, when you were married, Mr. Harper.
Of course. Well, you can start unpacking. I'll get the suitcase out of the car boot myself. The lock's tricky.
Which bag shall I open first, madam? Does the moonlit lake suit your mood, madam? Or shall I have the view changed?
Lefty, stop it.
Why did you run away from the shack? You knew I couldn't follow you, that the police were still on my tail.
I couldn't take it any longer. I fell out of love with a murderer. Is that so strange?
Don't you be so iron-mighty with me.
You're not going to tell Mark.
Oh, no, of course not. Long as you keeps your mouth shut. I didn't get this job by accident, you know. This is the perfect hideout for me. Unless someone tips off the police.
You've got to get that boot lock fixed, dear. Oh, you haven't unpacked yet.
Why, no.
I was just showing Mrs. Harper the view from your window.
Yes, the moon on the lake. It's lovely, darling. Oh, what's that?
Thunder. Oh. There's going to be a bad storm. It's clouded up quite heavily in the past few minutes, Dorothy.
Please, Mrs. Harper, try to tell me what happened. This was a great shock to you, of course, but please.
I woke up about 10, and I went to the kitchen to find Dawson. He had a small room adjoining it, you know. He was in pajamas on the floor with a hunting rifle near him. And the left side of his face... Oh, it was awful.
The thunderstorm kept up all the night, you know, Inspector. We'd been motoring for hours and were very tired. I guess that's why we didn't hear the shot.
What makes you both so sure it was suicide? He was shot through the left temple, you know. A man would ordinarily put a gun to his own right temple.
But he was left-handed, so it was logical.
And you just told us yourself you'd received a police circular about James Dawson and had recognized it. He probably knew he couldn't get away.
And why didn't he do it with his own .45? Why with your hunting rifle, Mr. Harper?
How do we know, Inspector? We saw the man for only 10 minutes. He carried the bags to our room, put them down, and said goodnight. That was the last we saw of this James Dawson.
You mean he didn't unpack, Mrs. Harper?
No. Why?
Because in that case, I know it was you who murdered James Dawson.
I killed him? But why should I? I'd never seen him before in my life.
Yes, I might have believed that, Mrs. Harper, except for one slip. You said he carried 2 bags to your room, one in each hand, of course. He left immediately thereafter. Now, unless you had been acquainted, how could you have known he was left-handed?